So I keep seeing these England flags popping up on every lamppost round. With all, Stewie, folks on the council are yanking them down. Media's screaming there's some kind of racism dog whistle. What in the name of Meg's meatloaf is going on?
Put simply, Peter, two narratives are squaring off. One camp, local flaggers, inserts a purely patriotic motif, hoisting the St. George's Cross because they say this is home, and they want their hometown coated in England's colours. The opposite camp, anti-racism NGOs and certain councils, fears it is an organised far-right stunt capitalising on post-riot tensions and anti-migrant headlines.
But hold up, aren't England's football lasses the ones who got everyone flapping the flag a few weeks back? If the Euros ginned up pride then, but the same flag's somehow dangerous now, who flipped the switch?
The Euros provided a brief, inclusive frame. Once the championship glow faded and protest marches about asylum hotels flared, the symbolic context reverted to competing political readings. The flags haven't changed, the discourse environment around them did.
Sounds like media spin, kid. The Guardian piece keeps hinting at underground coordination by so-called Operation Raise the Colors. Any proof the organizers are bona fide fascist, or is this just guilt by lamppost?
As of the 20-org article, no-name leaders have emerged with explicit neo-Nazi branding. Funding analytics on the Withall GoFundMe show, micro-donations from mixed postcodes, no single far-right cash spigot. Anti-racism observers say chilling echoes and tipping point rhetoric, but no DocSed membership list or hate. Speech manifestos tied to the project. So suspicion remains speculative, yet vocal.
Councils like Tower Hamlets say they yanked the flags for infrastructure reasons. LED refit safety codes, fixture liability, yada yada. Is that a legit tech excuse or just bureaucratic fig leaf?
Maintenance law is real. Highways Act 1980 and local bylaws prohibit unauthorized attachments to street furniture. Councils must ensure no snagging assets for cherry pickers or swaying cables that could cause injury. Enforcement coinciding with flag flurries, however, invites functional versus political motive debate.
Let's pin the elephant to the wall. If the areas being flagged are ones that recently hosted anti-migrant demos, isn't the timing screaming, "We're reclaiming streets" vibe, even if flyers say otherwise?
That's the crux. Ethnically mixed Birmingham suburbs like Whaley Castle and Northfield saw initial flag waves adjacent to hotels housing asylum seekers. While each individual resident may harbor only patriotic sentiment, clustering creates a perceived boundary message, especially when power washing crews later erase multicultural murals. Social psychologists call this symbolic territoriality, intentional or not.
Reform councils, 12 of them, declared they'd leave the flags up as symbols of unity. Convenient or courageous stance given their voter base.
Reform. Courting culturally conservative voters in post-industrial towns frames refusal to remove flags as defying metropolitan elites. A 2023 YouGov subset showed 74% of reform identifiers equate St. George flag with ordinary pride, so the stance galvanizes their base while painting Labour councils as anti-British. Tactical, but not inherently illicit.
So councils like Birmingham say folk can still drape flags on private balconies and gardens. Does lamppost versus porch really redraw the legitimacy line, or is it a movable political gate?
Legally, easements for private property are distinct from highway street furniture liability. Politically, aerial reach of lampposts makes flags visible to larger public, thus more contentious, exactly because it expands the symbolic footprint. The same St. George's Cross on a garden fence barely registers. 20 lining an arterial road suddenly constructs a perceived geographic claim. Scale alters optics.
Any data on public sentiment? If I whip up an England bunting on my porch tomorrow, am I a pariah or a pale?
Commerce Snap Poll 18, Orgain E24. 51% respondents view large-scale lamppost flag campaigns as harmless, patriotic. 33% say risky, could fuel division. 16% undecided. Broken demographically, 62% of white British A45 endorsed. 58% of BAME 11834 express unease. Thus correlation along age ethnic lines, not monolithic condemnation or acclaim.
Bottom line. Should I grab a pack of 3 Temu specials and join the swell, or wait till the dust settles so I'm not labeled a closet skinhead?
Evaluate local context. If your postcode skews multicultural and recent protests have been tense, flag display compliance risks being read as confrontational agit prop. If neighborhood already festooned in euros, bunting with neighborly consensus, individual porch hanging likely accepted. Understand terrain, choose symbolic intensity accordingly. Truth is, context writes meaning, polyester merely carries it.